I have no idea. I was just making a video, and suddenly it just decided to shut down by itself. But I want to address what economists constantly say. Even the socialist Marxists, like Professor Richard Wolff or Mark Blyth, rather, uh, and many others, and whether they're the corporate types that you see on MSNBC, NBC, CBS, CNN, or Fox, or what have you. They all seem to have this blind spot. They all seem to have this have these narratives that they talk about, and they don't think outside the box. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Richard Wolff. I like Mark Blyth, but they simply cannot take themselves outside of the box and think outside the box. And that's a problem. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. They all have this conditioned, indoctrinated style of talking about it. Living wage is meaningless if you don't address the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room are the capitalists, the ones that own the means of production, the ones that take ideas and make it for private profit. The ones that own the lands, the ones that own the resources, or at least how resources are taken and made into a private profit. So it doesn't matter if you're in China or in the United States. The simple fact is that you have to think outside the box. In the West, they always talk about living wage, and that's a micro focus. But there's always that dynamic of, we need to raise the minimum wage, except we already know that they're going to raise the cost to the public, so higher cost. So we keep doing this over and over and over and over again, and it's like that old saying, trying to do the same things to fix a problem is the epitome of insanity. So, I mean, these are some things that I was thinking about when I was young, really young. And it just didn't make any sense to me. I didn't exactly know why, but it didn't make any sense. I knew that, if you raise the wages, that it's going to raise the cost to the public. I knew there had to be a better way to do it. And the more rational, logical way, is to set costs, set wages, set standards. To rather than doing sanctions, rather than doing doing coups, rather than starting wars, to basically eliminate competition, to not have to pay a wage. That's basically what the capitalists of the West are. They want serfs, they want peasants, they want indentured servants, they want slaves. And so, and they want to gobble up as much of the resources as possible so that they can set the prices. They can set the agenda and everything else. That's what it comes down to. So how do you beat that? You beat it by you set the costs. thereby you set the wages, you set the cost, and basically you build up other countries, other populations. You use your money, your knowledge, your intellect to secure the stability of other countries. You build their infrastructure. You finance and build up the education in those countries. Uh, and basically you make it so that they can be as sovereign as possible in food, water, and energy, and housing, along with that infrastructure. And what happens? Well, by doing that, you get a stable country, a population who has the basic have the basic needs, and at the same time, you're building them up to do their own industry, whether it's it could be artsy craft or whatever, to growing food to the point where they can sell off the excess. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you do that, and simultaneously you're doing it in your own country. And by doing that, you create a stable front. There's no need for wars which are destructive, that destroy the environment, the natural world. People don't become over consumers. Because there's stability, there's security, and so on and so forth. And people have a purpose. They have a drive. To keep that stable security, and that's what we need. It's not this ongoing insanity of trying to do the same things over and over again, which is the mark of insanity. We instead build each other up. There's that saying of, float everybody up. That's what we need. And so there's a tunnel vision, a focus that goes along the line of following the wisdom of those who create the very unwise, very unstable, insecure system, which always will destabilize all. So the best way to do things is to do what the Chinese have been doing, but they're making similar mistakes because they still have at its core that this mainstreamed idea. And while they may be being more creative and using more imagination, they still have the problem of speaking like Professor Richard Wolff, and he mouths the same shit, essentially at the core, that the complete lying, disingenuous propagandists who serve the ill-gotten criminal wealth of the so-called business and wealthy shareholder class. It's mindless. It's we can talk peace, we can talk love, we can talk community and all that, but in the end, if you don't address the elephant in the room, which is the ones who are causing all of that, and they cause it with amongst themselves because they're always fighting amongst themselves as well. Uh, it becomes nothing more than a metaphorical dick measuring contest, uh, and pride, of having I'm the wealthiest, I'm the most influential, and that really does trickle down to the public, and that causes great harm to the public as a whole. And so, if we want change, we got to think outside the box. We have to think in terms of cost controls, locally, domestically, and internationally. If not, we will continue to do this, and these criminals will always look for the most destructive ways to get their ends, because all they know is that all they have ever known, all they've ever wanted was and is power. And we blithely go along and give them the power. Let's be truly radical, truly creative, truly imaginative, and start thinking in terms of what I've just covered. Because otherwise, it will just continue and continue and continue, and that only leads to our annihilation, our self-imposed Armageddon, our self-imposed doomsday, and that's basically it. If we want to avoid doomsday, we want to actually seek peace. We want to have equality. We want to have liberty, and we want to have time to spend with our family, and time to go after meaningful dreams and aspirations. And we want to have contentment and security. That's what we need to do. Thank you for your time.